Next day what happens? You start getting gassy.
Yeah.
Okay? So watermelon or bread or as you said things potatoes, they're said to be controversy.
What about grains?
Grains, especially wheat could be in the that. Okay? Or foods would be things like sweet potato, carrots, beetroots and things which are heavy to digest, which take a longer time to digest easily. Water would be foodstuffs like, can you give me examples? I'm waiting for examples. Fruits, yes. Salads, okay. Salads, we say salads, but when salads are too much eaten, they produce sometimes gas. Okay? So salads, they are air. Air. Okay? So we say when you take salads, either steam it for some people or put a good sesame oil dressing or dressing over it so that you can digest it. Water would also be things like milk products and milk and some vegetables. Fire.
What about cheese?
Cheese would come here, water and earth as well.
Spices under fire.
Spices under fire. Okay, what are the foodstuffs which come under fire?
Coffee.
Yes, coffee. That's a favorite.
Alcohol.
Alcohol, very nice.
Spices.
Yes, spices. Meat. Red meat.
Meats.
Yes, red meat. So these are the things which are fire. So which
Where's fish? Is that water?
fish would be both water and earth together. Okay. There are some food elements which have 2, 3 or 4 combinations. Now the main purpose behind us is to balance the 5 elements in our body. The main idea behind Ayurveda is to balance all the 5 elements in our body. Okay, that is what we are working on. If I know I am fire and I am taking more of caffeine, I am taking more of alcohol, I am taking more of vinegar, my fire will increase and I am not balancing my 5 elements. Okay, so the main purpose is to balance these 5 elements. If I am water, I am drinking only water or I am only taking some other food which is too much of water, it will only get in my body as swellings, as swollen. Okay? So that's why we have to know what is good for me, what is bad for me. Now we'll talk about air and space together. We say air and space together in food. What are the things that are air and space?
Things that produce gas.
Yes, what are they? Okay, beans, that's nice.
Corn.
Okay, cole, cabbage.
Cabbage.
Yes, cauliflower. But if it's cooked, it's fine. So we had cooked today. That's nice. What else?
What about eggplant?
Eggplant is one which produces gas. So if it's not properly cooked, it gives gas. Similarly, mushrooms.
Bread.
Yes, bread.
Onions.
Raw onions, raw garlic. Some of the wheats as well, so like rye. I don't know if you have it in your rye. Rye is said to be increasing air and space.
What's that?
So that increases air and space. Similarly, we say green apples. Eating too much green apples can give you gases. Okay, that's air and space. So this is not what I have to tell. What Ayurveda says, we already learned. It is the knowledge of one's own life. So if I'm eating green apples, I'm getting this problem of gas, I'm avoiding it. If I'm eating a lot of alcohol, drinking a lot of alcohol, I'm getting hangover and I'm not feeling well, that means I have to avoid it. So our body is like our own doctor. You just come to the doctor for the guidance. But you have to understand your own body as like a doctor. So we always say when people come to us, you are the doctor of your own body. And that's why we say, see what you eat is what you are. If you are eating wrong, in few days, definitely this will cause imbalance, causing disorders in your body. And if you are also eating healthy, it will remain healthy, you will remain healthy throughout. Okay? So these are the 5 elements which we always talk about balancing, and it is to be balanced.
What about oils? Are they water or fire?
Oils, some of the oils, we have oils under category. Like for example, coconut oil would be more of cooler side like water, but things like sesame oil would be more of fire. So accordingly we choose which oils where they are finally. So that's why, since we do not have so much of...
decide which element it is?
Basically there is already told. There are books which have already told, or after observation they have already been mentioned. We don't have so much time to discuss now, but what I am going to give is books of Deepak Chopra, or there are so many books which exactly tell you which are foods which are earth, which are the foods which are fire, which are the foods which are air. That's why I am leaving this to Medha as well. She might be able to give us good guidance over this, right? Tomorrow. So this is what we are trying to balance. If I know if I am too much of air, I cannot sit at one place. Air cannot always moves. It is never stable. So if I am air and I cannot sit at one place, I need grounding. So I need so much of maybe meat. I need too much of carrots, beetroots, and grounding food should make me balanced. If I am taking only lighter food, popcorns, or if I am taking lighter food, which are cakes or yeast, will make me more lighter and make me fly. Okay? So we know that we have to balance our food through your body type. After knowing the elements, we move further for something called as doshas. Now, dosha is something which we have just seen here: pitta, kapha, and vata. So, earth and water is called as a kapha combination. Okay. Water and fire is called as the pitta combination, and air and space is called as the vata combination. So earth and water together is kapha, water and fire is called as pitta, air and space is called as vata. I had a question, somebody asked me why fire and air is not there together. Well, there is still a research going on and they are going to find it, but this is what has been given 5,000 years back. So we are still trying to follow it. And I had an actor from Spain, he came to me and he is a research work as well. So he asked me, why don't you search this? I said, I don't have so much of time to do a research on this. Okay? But earth and water is kapha, water and fire is pitta, and air and space is vata. Okay. After doing this kapha, pitta and vata, these are of two types. One which is always there in your body, which is always called as stable. And stable means the one body constitution that you have attained throughout your life. If I am a vata, I am always going to remain a vata person. If I am a pitta, I am always going to remain a pitta person. Or if I am a kapha, I am always going to remain a kapha person. That's the stability. And there is another thing that we have which is unstable. This comes from the imbalances due to food. Like for example, I am a vata person, born. Okay, when I say stable, for example, vata, I am born with that constitution. I am born with air and space in my astrology. When I say stable, if I am pitta, I am born with water and fire in my astrology. Okay, that's what means stable. And when I mean unstable, we have things like foods, which causes instability in these things. Then when I said pitta, I'm fire, and I take alcohol, when I take spices, food, or when I take too much of red meat, my pitta, which is already I'm a body type, fire, I'm going to get more fire and get irritated, like ulcers, acidity. That is instability of this element or of this dosha. You understanding? Is everybody understanding or confused? Okay. Similarly, vata. Vata, if I'm a vata person, now a lot of people, when they are vatas, let me start with the vata. A lot of people who are vatas, since their body is, because air tends to produce a lot of dryness. You know it.
Of what?
Dryness, dry.
Okay.
Like a simple example which I always tell people is you blow air in washing machine to dry your clothes.